Hi Cancer, welcome to your Astro Reels reading. It's my pleasure to read for you. You know how it is. These readings are absolutely timeless and signless, so you don't have to have any spectacular, I almost said spectacular. You don't have to have any spectacular Cancerian placements in your natal chart for this reading to be for you, and you don't have to be watching at the time that this reading is published for it to be for you. If it resonates, then it's for you. And if it doesn't, I would invite you to take a back seat and allow the energies to unfold a little bit more, then to come back and take a look and see how it applies to you, okay? If you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. God bless you. All my information's here on the page that you're accessing this video. Now, as I'm jumping into this reading already, I was struggling to get through that opening, if you didn't notice. I'm getting some really pious energies from you guys, and I'm feeling a little exhausted in a sense like I'm on the mend. And it's interesting because I do these readings, the astro reels, and of course there are elements for people to come in and out of, and I invite you to check all of them, because when I read, I set the intention to read for the astro sign, but this is a collective energy. And so what I feel is that spirit is bringing in different stages or different phases or different parts of a larger collective story for us. And for this round, it feels almost like it is continuing along a timeline. And so it's almost like as I'm reading this, see, I just heard the word carcinogenic, which is a link to what I was just reading in the Gemini reading where they were, anyway, you can go look at that if you'd like. But, you know, because I don't want to pull you there if you don't have to be. So go check out that. And so here we are. The image I'm getting of you, Cancerian person or person, whoever you are watching this video, is that you're a little bit on the mend. You're in post-op. You've arrived somewhere after an ordeal. And I'm just seeing you in these beautiful monkly robes, like at a retreat somewhere, and just kind of taking your days, taking your time, and is a little bit of a slight whole body exhaustion because of what you've been through. And maybe for those of you who have had major surgery in your life for whatever reason, you can relate to that systemic exhaustion that you feel. And I'm not getting pain, by the way. I'm not getting pain. There's peace, but there's a sense of peace in that exhaustion, because it's like, well, I can't really do much right now, and I don't really want to do much right now. I just want to be. I just want to be. 2 minutes 44 seconds. But I have a great excuse for not doing anything, because not only do I want to be, but now I really can't do much because I'm really tired. So I'm not going to be able to berate myself for not being more productive, for example, right? And I'm getting a pool energy. So I'm seeing that some of you may be relaxing by the pool or be contemplating a pool visit or something like that. And that is encouraged. So you are being encouraged at this time. I'm also seeing a museum visit. So some of you may be getting impressions dropped into your cute little heads from your guides to go visit museums, do short walks, take time out from your day. Some of you I'm seeing I'm just seeing you licking envelopes and possibly for what reason, I don't know. You could be donating your time somewhere, envelope stuffing. I did that once when I was a kid. Well, I wasn't as young as we'd like, but anyway, I did that in the past. Or could be that you're taking the time to write a heartfelt letter to somebody that you know could use it, or maybe you're taking time to journal for yourself, whatever this is. I'm just seeing that. I'm also seeing toast, cute, like toast. Maybe you're taking yourself out to brunch, then taking yourself out to a Sunday drive somewhere, or a solo trip somewhere. These are beautiful, amazing energies and beautiful, amazing activities that you can enjoy when you're in this systemic exhaustion induced peaceful mode, and you're exhausted because you've come through something, but you are on the path, you are on your mend, you're doing well, is what I'm getting. And the toasts, they're so funny. They're like, the toast has jam on it, the toast has jelly on it. So I had to add that for a specific reason for somebody. Cute. Yeah, look at this. I'm getting a little bit of an energy. Ooh, they are not joking here. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of an energy because look at the way his eye is looking. And then this cleanse, the energy that I just got is like it's a lesson learned. It's like, well, I'll be more careful to clear my energy from now on. That's the energy. That's the message. I'll be more careful to cleanse my energy from now on, or clear my energy from now on, right? Because it's almost like whatever you've been through. So maybe you were dealing with some energies or some psychic attack, or just people just milling about your life in just nefarious ways, and just all sorts of stuff. And if you feel inclined to check out the Gemini reading, I would, but they were talking about some of that stuff, and so were they doing that in the Taurus reading. But look at this card. It's almost, look how it fell right on top of this, because this is partly for me too. The guides are like, yeah, you're going through this major healing too. The wealth card. But when we talk about the cute little froglets, we're actually looking at the energy of decluttering, of clearing, of cleaning, of making way for, higher, I was going to say higher frequencies, but I heard the guides say a brighter future. Yeah, that's beautiful. And so it's all ties in here, clearing energy. And look, that flipped right out. Of course, it's going to translate into abundance, spiritual gifts. These two cards are paralleling each other. You saw how they were lying? It says bloom and freedom. It's interesting because I said, see how they were lying? And suddenly I got the message that for some of you, maybe you feel as though someone was lying to you or something. Let me feel this. There's something about it feels, I can't quite put my I must say I can't quite put my penny on that. The message is being received. I'm just struggling to articulate it here. Sorry. But it's almost like maybe you had false prophecy given to you. Maybe you had false advice. Maybe you took advice from the stock market. Whatever. Maybe you were following the wrong crowd. Whatever this is, it's like lying. Somebody told you could be free if you did this. It sounds like a sales pitch, right? Whatever this is, you're now seeing the writing on the wall. So maybe your accountant lied to you. Maybe your tax person lied to you. Maybe something, right? The Spirit is saying that there's only one way to keep growing, and that is to follow the light. So some of you may have been stuck in some earthbound energies. Oof. Right? Some of you could have been stuck in some earthbound energies, having interference. Some of you could have been receiving false prophecy. Some of you could have been, it's interesting how this is coming out. Some of you could have been given, some of you could have been given or been being given, meals, like food, certain food to eat. That wasn't for you. This is clearly they're talking to quite a few of you, and we're reading an energy dynamic, but I'm getting bits and pieces of the details for different ones of you. So some of you, somebody gave you something to eat that was not good, or maybe you were giving food to other people that was, whatever this is. You're gonna know if you're like, oh, that's me. oh my God, that's me. Okay, thank you guys. You're talking to me, for example. And I'm getting the word Penelope, okay? But Spirit is saying you're out of that. There's a crowning effect. So what was happening, you see how we have this, these little embers, looking things, and look at that, and look at that. You see this is your crown. And this looks very similar, right? So maybe you couldn't tell the difference before, and you thought that you were following something that would give you freedom, whether it's financial freedom or energetic freedom or whatever. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't what was actually there, is what Spirit is saying. But Spirit is saying, and it doesn't look like you were in your vices, because you guys know me. I'd be the first to be like, guys, you were doing too much. You let your ego. That's not the case here. This is just a case of odd discernment is what I'm getting. It's interesting, odd discernment, right? So yeah, so there's an ideological shift that's going on for a lot of us, right? Because we're tuning into higher frequencies now, right? So you're going to have more information about what your purpose is, more reliable information about your mission, about your sorry, hold on. I'm getting two words, livelihood, but I'm getting livestock. So some of you here have something to do with animals and livestock. So you're getting information about things, and anyway. So I'm trying to get the details. So either way, this is where you are, Cancer energy, or whoever you are, because it feels like, and I'm seeing catfish is a word I'm getting there. So okay, I'm gonna pull out just a little bit because I was like trying to get in. So I'm gonna pull out the energy 10 minutes, 10 seconds a little bit, so we can get a macroscopic view. And Spirit is saying sometimes it really pays to look at the details. Look into the details, yes, but we're just going to zoom out a little bit just to kind of, they're saying it's important to look into the details sometimes, because look at how 1, 2, 3, you see how we've got these 3 here, 1, 2, 3, it could be mistaken for this, 1, 2, 3, but one of those things is in shadow and the other isn't, right? And I know it's like, oh yeah, but look at these 3, what do you call these? Angel feathers. I had the word elementals. So somebody is dealing with fairy energy, elves, elementals, right? Or, the water, the elements and stuff. But you may say, oh, but these are literally in shadow. Look at the black there, right? But Spirit is saying, no, that's just angelic energy in the void. That's a difference. In neutrality, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, in oneness, in the space, whatever it is, right? In the primordial energy, right? Whatever that is, source. That's different from this, where light is here, but here we have the shadow part, right? Now, in this universe, light and shadow play wonderful roles together. And the idea is you want to be balanced. You don't want to be you don't want to be too much in the light, because then you're going to be out of touch and you're not going to be balanced. And you don't want to be all the way into shadow, because we know how that feels, right? And sometimes they're indistinguishable. And that could be very easily the case when you, for example, have been conditioned. Maybe you grew up in lower frequency energies. You can't tell the difference between what's higher and what's lower. We see this very easily when we've grown up in abusive households, and then we struggle to understand what true love feels like, or real and honest companionship and things like that. That's a quick example on the ground about this energy dynamic. But the same way, if you don't have a trained eye and your energy frequencies are low, or you have a lot of unhealed energy in your field, it's very easy to get convinced out of the light, so to speak, right? Because there are beings that will come dressed in cloaks and angelic clothing and all of this and that. So that's why the guides are always talking to us about really doing our shadow work, learning, because we're learning. That's all we're doing. We're doing our best and we're balancing as we go, but practicing our virtues and really practicing to express our virtues, like kindness and compassion and generosity and stuff, but learning to do so in balance, right? And also learning to identify and stay away from the vices in our, I don't want to say in our life, because it's in us, right? In our belief systems, and the vices, the pride and gluttony and all of that stuff. So we are learning is what I'm saying. 13 minutes, 13 seconds. But if this message is for you, God bless you. You've done a really great job. And I do feel like there's money coming in for you. It's not quite here yet. When I say money, I mean prosperity. I mean abundance. Let's put abundance. And abundance need not be money at all. But abundance is literally just referring to the free flowing of your energy, because money is your own energy. And for those of you who keep thinking that money is coming from outside of you, you're going to, literally you're willing yourself to be at the behest of other people's ability to give to you or desire to give to you. But if you understand the true nature of money, it's just meaningless, just like anything else that you see in this world. And it's able to come to you or leave from you based on your beliefs. And so when we're talking about energetic blockages and misperceptions and beliefs, of course it's going to affect the flow of your energy and your abundance. And abundance really is just having what you need when you need it. So I do see some wish fulfillment coming true for whoever you guys are. But these energies, our Spirit is like pointing it out to you now as you get clear and as you're in this peaceful, resistance-free state, so that you can be more mindful about what it looks like in the future. And you can say, yeah, look at this. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, good. So yes, ridding yourself of these bad influences, and now she's like looking off. She's like, "What? I don't. What bad influences? I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about keeping my space clean." All right. So I'm gonna end this here so that it stays under 15 minutes. If you'd like to reach out, you know exactly where to find me. Great job, and see you later.